Travis, we need to have a talk. When are you going to start looking for work?
Huh?
I mean, sure, I'm working too, but it's only part time at a factory, and I'm not sure how much longer I feel like keeping it. I'm your wife, and I'm relying on you to be the breadwinner for our family. You need to be able to support me, so you need to start looking for a real job that generates real income as soon as possible.
What do you mean, look for a real job? I already have a real job, Erica. What's the matter with the one I currently have?
Are you joking? People with real jobs go to work. You know, the old 9 to 5? You haven't gone to work for a single day in over 2 months. How is that a real job?
Hold on, didn't we already have this discussion? I'm doing remote work, Erica. I work from home.
What? So, wait, you mean you don't need to go to an office or anything? They just let you stay at home and work?
Yeah, that's right.
But that doesn't make any sense. What about your friend Kevin? He works at the same company, and he actually goes to the office every day.
Well, yeah, not everyone is on the same type of assignment as me. Some people can work from home, and some people can't. It depends on the person and their job. In my department, over 90% of our work is done on a computer, so we're the first people who the company allowed to work from home when the remote program started. They're gradually rolling it out to other departments too. I think Kevin said he should be able to work from home within a few months or so.
So, you started working from home or whatever, and then 2 months later you got fired?
Fired? What are you talking about?
If your work is so pointless that you don't even have to go to the office. I heard that people who go to remote work pretty soon get fired and replaced by AI or something.
Erica, I legitimately have no idea what you're talking about. Where are you hearing all of this from?
I heard it from a friend of mine. You don't know them?
Okay, well, I don't know where this friend of yours got his or her information, but that's the sort of nonsensical rumors old people spread on social media.
Hey, don't you dare badmouth my friend like that. They're really smart, and they're not old.
I didn't mean it as an insult. I'm just saying. All I'm trying to say is that it's completely untrue that people on remote working assignments get fired and replaced by AI.
Whatever. Anyway, like I was saying, hurry up and get yourself a real job, got it?
I already told you, Erica, I do have a real job. By the way, where are you right now, Erica? It's already dark outside. Shouldn't you be back home by now?
Don't dodge the issue. This conversation is about your work ethic.
And I've already told you. I have plenty of work ethic as things stand.
You're going to start looking for a realer job tomorrow morning, and that's final. If you don't find something that lets you properly support me by the end of this month, I'm divorcing you.
Divorce? Are you seriously threatening to divorce me?
Yo, Travis, you doing alright?
Why's that?
You had your camera on during the web meeting just now, and you looked kinda, I don't know, down about something? Is everything okay?
I guess I didn't do a good enough job of hiding it. Sorry about that. I hope I wasn't too distracting during the meeting. Do you think anyone else noticed?
Nah, I doubt it. No one else in the company knows you as well as I do. So, yeah, tell me, man, what's going on?
Well, it's Erica. We were talking yesterday, and somehow she's managed to get the completely wrong idea about what remote working is.
That's odd. It's pretty straightforward to me. What did she say?
According to her, a friend of hers, who I apparently don't know, told her that people who get put on remote work get fired and replaced by AI. So she thinks that I'm lying about working and already got fired. She also told me that I have to start looking for a realer job starting today, or else.
What?
Right? And by the way, the what else I mentioned is that if I don't get said realer job within a month, she's gonna divorce me. I'm completely at a loss for what to do. Nothing I say gets through to her.
Wow. Man, I'm sorry. That's a really tough situation.
Tell me about it.
I had no idea that was going on. It makes sense why you seem so down now. Well, if that's what's going on, I guess there's something I should probably tell you. I honestly have no idea whether it's related to what she's saying, and I debated whether or not I should tell you for a while now.
What is it?
When you came by my new apartment a while back to help me move in, do you remember the apartment building that was right across the road from me?
Yeah, I think so. The one that looked kinda old and had 2 broken windows on the first floor?
Yep, that's the one. I've been seeing her go in and out of the corner room on the 2nd floor of that building pretty often.
What?
At first, I just figured she was visiting a friend of hers or something. But, and this is the part that really pains me to tell you, but recently, I found out the occupant of that room was actually a guy.
A guy, huh? What's he look like?
I feel like I've seen him somewhere before, but I can't quite put my finger on it. He seemed pretty young. Your wife doesn't happen to have any young male siblings or relatives, does she?
Nope. Erica's an only child, and she doesn't have any family in the city.
I see. I'm sorry, Travis.
Listen, Kevin, I know this doesn't have anything to do with you, but do you think you could keep an eye on that apartment for me for a while?
Sure thing, man. What should I be looking for?
A record of what time she goes in and out of the apartment would be great. And if possible, some pictures for evidence. You don't have to monitor it 24/7. Just whenever you happen to see her is fine.
Got it. Leave it to me. I'm starting to work from home in the next few weeks, so I'll be at home a lot more anyway. So I should be able to keep my eye on the apartment most of the day.
I'm really sorry to drag you into all this, Kevin.
Hey, I'm your friend, aren't I? I'm glad to help however I can.
I'll find some way to thank you for this. It really means a lot to me.
Well, 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 Travis. Here we are, the first day of a new month. So let's check up on your progress since I gave you my ultimatum, shall we? You haven't spent any time looking for a real job over the last month, have you?
Yeah, well, I've been too busy actually doing the real job I have right now to look for another real job. Are you telling me you want me to get a second job or something? I'm already pretty busy as things are.
I didn't say that. Don't put words in my mouth. All I want is what any rational wife wants. A husband who is actually willing to do the work required to support her.
Okay, since I'm supporting you plenty well right now, I guess that means I don't need to find the new real job then.
You're not fooling anyone, Travis. I know you got fired.
How many times do I have to tell you this? No, I didn't get fired. And no, I'm not about to get fired and replaced by AI. How do you not understand this? You're under 45 years old. Everyone in our generation knows about remote work.
How many times do I have to tell you this? I don't believe you. My friend told me all about how remote work really works. You're gonna get fired within a few months, if you haven't been already. My God, how stupid do you think I am?
Alright, then how about you go ahead and give my company a call? If you ask for my department, that should put you through to the secretary who knows I'm still working there.
You're just gonna call them ahead of time and tell them to lie to me?
This has got to be a joke.
I got you all figured out, Travis. Your little plan isn't going to work. I'm not gonna become the breadwinner for you, so you can stay home and play video games and Kevin all day.
Kevin doesn't even play video games. And seriously, I have no idea what you're talking about. Either regarding remote work or my supposed plan to make you become the breadwinner? Seriously, Erica, can you please calm down and have an in-person conversation with me about this?
Calm down? How am I supposed to calm down when you're trying to mooch off of me for the rest of your life? Ugh, that's it. I'm done having this conversation with you. I wanted you, Travis. Either you get a real job or I'm divorcing you. So guess what? I'm divorcing you. I already signed my name on the divorce agreement and left it in the mailbox. Hurry up and take it to the courthouse.
I don't believe this. Alright, fine. If that's what you want, I'll take the divorce agreement to the courthouse this afternoon.
Goodbye, you freeloading slacker.
Yo, Travis, your wife just went into that guy's apartment. Although, it looks like he isn't home right now. She was carrying a couple of bags with her. Did something happen over there?
Yeah, she just left the divorce agreement in the mailbox and told me to turn it in.
For real?
Yep, I suppose it was only a matter of time. I looked into the guy who owns that apartment, so I'm fully prepared on that front.
Ha! You work fast.
Hey, it's all thanks to you. I don't know what I would have done if I didn't have you helping me out. I talked to my superior about what's going on, and he's letting me take the afternoon off, so it looks like the show is about to start.
Awesome. Give him hell, man.
Oh, trust me, I'm gonna give him hell, and then some. Neil Hartford, 23 years old, room 201, New Rise apartment building, just down the street from the Central Subway station.
What?
It just so happens that he was hired by my company a few months ago.
What are you talking about?
I'm not interested in beating around the bush here, so I'll get straight to the point.
What point? You're not making any sense.
I know everything about the man you've been having an affair with.
What?
Did you really think that I was unaware?
Wait, so you really know?
Oh my god, Erica. Did I not just send you his name, age, and address? Yes, I really know.
Oh, so, do you know where I am right now?
Yes, you're in Neil's apartment.
No, you're wrong.
Sorry, Erica. I have eyewitness information and photographic evidence of you going into his apartment over the last month.
Have you been spying on me?
Like I said, let's not beat around the bush and get straight to the point, shall we? You quit your part-time job a few months ago so you'd have more time to spend with Neil, didn't you?
No.
So all the while you were berating me about not having a real job and to start looking for work immediately. You didn't even have any job at all, did you?
Even if that were true, you're the ones who's getting fired. That's way worse than quitting.
Are you really still going on about that?
Yeah, Neil told me so himself. I know everything, Travis.
Oh, he did he? What else did he say?
He told me you were a totally worthless employee, that you didn't even go to college, and that he was already outperforming you even though he'd only been in the company for a few months. And that's why you got put on remote work, then fired. Like I said, Travis, I know everything. You're a dirty liar.
Ah, so that's what happened. Neil was the one who fed you that BS about remote work.
What do you mean, BS?
You ought to know that in reality, Neil's the one who's actually quite likely to get fired in short order.
What? Okay, now you're just being childish. You're just jealous that Neil's way better worker than you and is still important enough to be going to the office every day. Grow up, Travis.
Well, Neil works in the company's factory on the production line, so it'd be pretty hard for him to get put on remote work, anyway.
Wait, what? Factory?
You might be in a little different industry than our company, but you still have experience in factory. Surely you could understand that it's virtually impossible for a factory worker to be put on remote work, right?
Wait, hold on a second. What are you saying?
It would be a waste of time to bother explaining it in more detail. So I'm just going to keep this conversation moving along, okay? I have no idea why, but Neil has always hated me, right from the moment he first started working at my company. I once asked someone who worked with him, and according to that person, he says it was because I told him not to smoke outside of the designated smoke areas one too many times, which is odd because it's a clear fire hazard to be smoking inside the plant. But, in any case, in the midst of him hating me, one day he ended up meeting you at a singles party.
Oh no!
And it wasn't long before he learned that you were a married woman, and my wife. Ordinarily, most people would swiftly put an end to a relationship with a married woman, but apparently, Neil instead thought it would be the perfect opportunity to get some sort of revenge on me for asking him not to set the building on fire.
That can't be true.
So he not only kept up his relationship with you, but also fed you all that nonsense about remote work, AI, and whatever.
But if that's true, then Neil was just using me to get at you?
Yep.
No, I don't believe this. How could he? Neil never seemed like he was that kind of guy.
Well, at the very least, you knew he was that kind of guy who would mess around with a married woman, so...
Stop mocking me. I've never been hurt this much in my life. Do you have any idea how it feels to be stabbed in the back by someone you thought you loved? That settles it. I'm gonna break up with Neil right now. I'll be home in a few minutes. Could you heat up some dinner for me?
I already submitted the divorce papers.
You what? It's whatever. I'll just pick up an application for a marriage license on my way home then. Or do you want to meet me at the courthouse?
Did you actually think I would remarry you after all that?
Well, duh. I'm the victim here. Neil lied to me.
Aren't you skipping a step there? What were you? A married woman doing at a singles party?
Well, you know, one of my friends was going and she said that one of the other girls cancelled. So I figured I'd tag along.
Okay, and then what happened? You left the party with a guy, slept with him, and kept sleeping with him for months. That's not the sort of thing you can just wave it away as oopsie doopsie.
But Travis, let's meet face to face to talk about this, okay? Like I said, I'm breaking up with Neil. And I'll be home soon.
If you'd like to contact me further, please do so through my lawyer.
Why do you have a lawyer?
Because I'm gonna sue the pants off of you and Neil for your affair.
You're gonna sue me?
So, yeah, like I said, if you want to talk to me, talk to my lawyer. He'll be giving you some documents within the next few days, so be ready for that.
Don't do this, Travis. I'm gonna break it off with Neil.
By break it off, you mean your extramarital affair, right? The one that lasted for several months while you berated me about getting a realer job?
Come on, Travis, let's get remarried. Travis, pick up the phone.
Erica rushed as fast as she could to my apartment after that, but I had already headed over to Kevin's place by the time that she got here. So instead of having a heart-to-heart talk with her furious ex-husband, she got to have a heart-to-heart talk with her furious parents. I told them everything Erica did, as well as my plan to punish her, and they were waiting for her when she got there. They did me the favor of keeping her there until my lawyer could come and talk to her. I also made the same sort of arrangement with Neil's parents. As promised, I sued the pants off the both of them. I negotiated for a lump sum payment, which they both have already paid in full, with the help of their parents. I heard the other day that Neil got fired from his job shortly after that. It would seem that I was not the only person who he had a ridiculous one-way grudge against. When I think about Neil's actions, I suppose you could say that Erica was in some sort of ways a victim in all this. but her behavior overall was just way too awful to overlook. The last I heard, she was working 3 jobs a day to pay her parents back for the money they lent her during the lawsuit.
Hello, Amelia. Are you at home right now? I'm outside your door and I want to talk to you. I have work today, so I'm not home. What's the matter? Did something happen? So you're not home then? I guess I'll just go inside for a little while then. Maybe I'll find something interesting to do. Wait, what? You're at my house? I don't really want you coming inside when none of us are home. It's not very polite or respectful. Why do you even need to go inside my house? Tell me the reason. There isn't really a reason. I'm bored and have some free time. I thought I would visit my son and his wife to see how they're doing. But since you're not home, I'll just look around and see what you've been up to. Why did you come to my house if you had no reason? Please leave right away. You can't just barge into our house without our permission. It's very rude and intrusive. I can't believe that you're talking to me like this. You really need to be showing more respect to me. I'm your mother-in-law, after all. You need to be more kind to me and let me do what I want. I'm sorry if I offended you, as I didn't mean to upset you. It's just that our house isn't always clean and ready for visitors to come. It would be nice if you could contact me in advance whenever you're planning to come over. I don't mind you coming inside if me and Kaden are home. I just don't want you going inside when nobody's there. I can't believe that you're telling me what to do. Why do I have to get permission from you to enter my son's house? I think that you're being a little too arrogant recently. Did your parents never teach you to respect your elders? I'm not trying to disrespect you at all. I just don't feel very comfortable with letting people inside my house when I'm not home. I'm going to be done with work in around 2 hours' time. Would you be able to come back later after I got home? Why do I have to come back later? I'm already here. I still don't really want you entering our house. It's okay. You don't need to worry about it at all. I'm going to be gone before you even come home. You won't even know I was here in the first place. What are you planning to do there then? Did you not come to visit me and Kaden? Neither of us are home right now. Would you please tell me what you're doing there? You keep on coming over recently. I would like to know the reason why. I thought that I told you the reason already. I'm here because I'm bored and have some free time. It's very disappointing that your memory is just as bad as your personality. You should try to remember what people say to you. I do remember you saying that I asked you for an explanation, and you haven't given me one yet. Being bored isn't a good enough reason for you to come over to our house. Nobody is home, and there is nothing for you to do there. Actually, I have plenty of things to do at your house. You don't need to worry about trying to entertain me. Oh yeah, I just remembered. There was some money lying around on the table. I'm going to take it all with me. You shouldn't leave money lying around like that. Wait, what? Are you taking my money again? This has happened so many times recently. I think that there's something seriously wrong with you. You're sneaking into my house without my permission and stealing my money. I know that you're my mother-in-law, but this is unacceptable. I can't believe this. You're over-exaggerating things again. You're making it sound like I committed a crime or something. You really are a terrible daughter-in-law, aren't you? I really wish that Kaden would have married a nicer woman. I'm doing you guys a favor by looking after your money. Imagine what would have happened if a thief walked into this house right now. They would take this money straight away. You shouldn't leave money lying around like this. I think you're no different to a thief. The money disappears from my table either way. You also need to think about James. He's my precious grandchild. What if he accidentally swallows one of these coins? Leaving the money lying around like this is a safety hazard. I'm looking after all this money for your sake. You should be grateful for me. So you're looking after all that money, right? Thank you so much. Would I be able to have it back when I finish with work then? I can stop by your house on my way home. I'd also like all the other money back that you're looking after for me. I really can't believe it. I was doing you a favor by looking after the money, and now you're trying to steal it all from me? I'm really sorry, but what you're saying isn't making any sense at all. If it's my money, surely there's no problem with me asking for it back from you. You really are the worst kind of person. I can't believe you would try to steal money from an elder like me. Don't you feel bad about doing this at all? This is almost abuse, you know. Is your brain really okay? I don't think it's functioning properly. I'm sorry, but I want to be asking you that. You took all that money from our house, right? You just told me that you were looking after the money for us. That means that money is still mine. I don't remember saying anything like that at all. Would you please stop making up lies like this? You literally just told me that 5 minutes ago. How do you not remember? Scroll up. I really don't like having conversations with you. All your money is my money anyway. You're my daughter-in-law, after all. You can't just take my money because I'm your daughter-in-law. That's not how it works. Oh yeah, there was something else I needed to tell you. What is it this time? I was pleasantly surprised by the amount of money you've managed to save up. I guess the company you work at pays you pretty well. You've been working there for 10 years now, so I guess you got some promotions. Wait, what? I'm still surprised, actually. How does a woman like you manage to save up that much? I really don't understand what you're talking about. Did you take a look at the balance in my bank account? Now that I think about it, I might have been logged into my online banking account on the computer. Well, that doesn't really matter right now, does it? I guess you must work very hard for your company, even though you have a terrible personality. What are you trying to say? I would be very grateful if you could stop entering my house when I'm not home. I don't think I trust you enough, especially after today. It's not like we live together or anything. I would love to have some privacy. I'm going to have to ask for the spare key back. I can't trust you with it anymore. Please return it. How could you say that to me? I'm your mother-in-law. You should be embarrassed of yourself. I am definitely not going to give this key back to you. I really like spending time at your house. You are an abysmal daughter-in-law. I hope that Caden divorces you right this moment. That's it. I've had enough of you. I am not going to waste my time arguing with you anymore. I'm just going to have to ask Caden to talk to you about this. You're such a terrible wife. How could you ask Caden to waste his precious time on a matter like this? He doesn't have time dealing with your stupid problems. I really don't understand why he chose to marry a woman like you. I'm sorry, but I'm not responding to you anymore. I think he's going to be contacting you later today. Caden, I think your mom went into our house without permission again. She's stolen the money we put aside for our living expenses this month. I thought I told you to stop leaving our money on the table.
Wait, what? She came over again and stole our money again? I'm really sorry. I didn't think she would come back again. I was meant to move it this morning, but I totally forgot. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Just make sure that it doesn't happen again. It's not like it's a small amount of change, you know? I also want to talk to your mom about not entering our house without our permission. Could you clearly tell her that she's no longer welcome to come over when she wants to? I only want her coming over when I invite her over, or when she tells me that she's coming in advance.
I've tried to tell her many times before she starts crying and talks about how lonely she is whenever I try to tell her.
How is she lonely? I thought that she lives with her sister and her family right now. She was also the one that decided to live apart from her husband, right? I think she's faking it all just so that she can keep coming inside our house. I just don't see why she needs to come over to our house so often.
It's exactly as you say. I'll try to tell her properly this time around.
She even logged into my computer and took a look inside my online bank account today. She suddenly started talking about my savings and my job. I really think she took things too far this time. It's a breach of my privacy.
Wait, what? She took a look inside your bank account?
Yeah, my bank account. Can you believe it? She logged into my computer without my permission.
Yeah, that's definitely taking things too far. I think we're going to have to ban her from coming over completely. She's going to try to take advantage of us if things keep progressing like this. I'll talk to her about this myself.
Please talk to her about this right away. I don't think I can take this for much longer. I'm really mad at your mom right now. I'm guessing this is all your fault. You were the one that told Caden to do this. What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're trying to say. He told me that he wants me to give back the spare key to your house. You're the one behind this, right? I know that this is the kind of thing that you would do. I thought that I'd told this to you directly the other day. I only asked Caden to tell you as well because I knew that you wouldn't listen to me at all. We're only going to allow you to come over when one of us is home. You wouldn't want us to have to blame you for anything, right? I have no idea what you're talking about. It's wrong for you to even think about blaming me for something in the first place. I've already taken care of everything.
What are you talking about? What is there to take care of?
This is all happening because of you. I wouldn't have had to do this if you didn't do this to me. You really shouldn't have been so arrogant towards me. You're going to regret this very much. Welcome to hell.
Hell? I really don't understand.
Tell me what you did. I have no obligation to tell you anything. I won't be stepping foot into your house ever again, so you don't need to worry anymore. I'm finally going to be able to live by myself. I was getting tired of having to live with my daughter and her family.
Live by yourself? How do you plan on doing that? You don't have a savings or a source of income.
I transferred $200,000 from your bank account into my account. You had so much more savings than I thought, so I decided to buy a house with it.
I'll give you all that if it makes you happy.
Wait, what? You're not mad at me?
Did you already purchase the house?
Yeah, of course I did. I found a really nice place and decided to buy it on the spot. I'm planning to purchase it with your savings. We're basically family, so we should be able to use each other's money freely. I'm really grateful for you doing this for me. This is the first time you've been useful to me.
How did you go about purchasing the house?
I had a little money that my husband left for me when he passed away. The rest of the money I had to borrow. It's okay though. I know that I can pay back the money I borrowed with your savings. I'm just waiting on the bank transfer to go through right now. We're in the countryside, so I can buy a pretty nice house for $200,000.
I'm sorry to say this, but the transfer is never going to go through. I have to authenticate any transactions that are done on my online bank account. I realized what you were trying to do on the day you sneaked into our house. I received a notification on my phone asking if I really wanted to transfer $200,000 to an unknown bank account. I disabled the transfer request and called my bank straight away, just to be sure.
What are you talking about? I have no idea what you just said. Phone authentication? I'm pretty sure I sent $200,000 to my bank account.
I can't believe that you would really try to steal that much money from me. I'm glad that I had turned on some extra security measures just in case.
What? Security measures? Does that mean the money I sent isn't going to arrive in my bank account?
Unfortunately, nothing is going to appear in your bank account from mine. Did you really think it would be that easy to transfer $200,000? I even have a max transfer amount set at $10,000. Even if the transaction went through, you would have only received $10,000. That's still a lot of money though. I'm glad I managed to stop the transaction completely.
You're kidding, right? How could you do this to me? What's happened to my $200,000?
It's sitting right here in my bank account. My $200,000. There's no way you're ever going to be able to get anywhere near my money ever again. I also have no idea why you thought it would be okay for you to take my money in the first place. Just because you're my mother-in-law, it doesn't give you the right to take all my money. I think there's something seriously wrong with you. There would have been some serious consequences if you had taken my money.
You piece of trash! You're such a terrible woman! How could you do this to me? Give me back all my money!
That's what I should be saying to you! You've stolen money from our house countless times. It's a lot of money if we add it all up.
What am I supposed to do now? I've already purchased my new house. I chose this house that was worth $200,000 because I saw the amount saved up in your bank account. Why did you have to stop the bank transfer that I made? I need the $200,000 in my account so I can pay back all the money that I borrowed to buy the house.
I don't have any obligation to provide you with the money to buy a new house. I thought Caden made this clear enough to you. If you cause us any more trouble, we're going to have to cut ties with you completely.
He might have said something like that to me a few days ago, but I know he doesn't really mean it. There's no way Caden would make threats like that to me. I'm his mother and he loves me. You're the one that's doing everything wrong. My plan would have been so successful if it weren't for you.
Caden is very serious about cutting ties with you.
Wait, he's serious? There's no way that he would abandon me.
I also heard that you split up with your husband because you spent so much money. Caden's sister moved in with you because she was worried about your spending habits. Why did you have to go out of your way to buy a new house?
You already had a place to live and people to look after you. It's because my daughter doesn't give me any pocket money. She only gives me a tiny amount every month. What the hell am I meant to buy with such a tiny amount of money? I thought that I would have much more freedom if I lived alone in the countryside. You guys would all be worried for me and would send me financial support, right? That's just a very ridiculous way to think in the first place. Your daughter was being very kind moving in with you. You should have been grateful for that because we're no longer going to support you at all. What do you mean by that? Both me and Caden are tired of you and all the drama that you cause. Trying to steal my entire savings is a crime. We could report you to the police for this. Stop exaggerating things. We're all family, right? I have every right to use your money. That's where you're wrong. You don't have any right to use my savings. Just because we're family, it doesn't give you the right to commit crimes. We're going to be complete strangers to each other from now on. Please don't bother us ever again. What do you even mean by that? It means both me and Caden are going to cut all ties with you. Look, if you're still not understanding me, maybe there are other issues. There's no way Caden would allow that to happen. I'm his mother. He's my sweet little boy. You should be the ones we cut ties with. Actually, he's sitting next to me right now reading all these texts. He just told me that he's going to block your number. You're not serious, are you? I think that he's had enough of you as well. You've caused us both enough trouble and stress already. Is my boy Caden really going to cut ties with me? Yeah, he seems pretty sure about it. He actually got a job offer from Washington recently. We're going to use this as an opportunity to move to Washington as a family and start a new life over there. It's pretty far from here, so you're not going to be able to see us anymore either. I know that you're the one that convinced him to move away from here. You're such an evil woman. Also, what's going to happen to me? How am I meant to pay for the house that I just bought? You're going to have to find a source of income and gradually pay back all the money that you borrowed. I would try to pay it back fast before the interest rates get too high. I have no idea if you're going to be able to find a job that pays that well, though. Not many companies are going to be willing to employ a grandma like you. I only borrowed the money because I thought I was going to get $200,000 from you. I've used up all the money that I had saved up for the house. What am I meant to do with my life from now on? Who knows? That's for you to figure out. Your daughter just texted Caden saying that she can no longer look after you. It looks like everyone's had enough of you, and they're all giving up. I can't believe everyone is abandoning me like this. Looks like you're going to have to work very hard by yourself for the remainder of your lonely life. Wait, don't abandon me like this. Surely my lovely grandchild, James, is going to want to see me. A child should grow up with his grandma in his life. Let's try to talk this out and solve everything. I want both of us to be happy. How about you and Caden move in with me? The house I bought is really nice. You're just going to ask us to pay back all the money that you borrowed to buy the house? It's so obvious you only ever think about yourself. We've already decided that we're going to cut ties with you. We're not changing our minds. Good luck finding a job. You're going to have to work even harder than me now. Veronica refused to give up on me and Caden, even after we severed our ties with her. She constantly sent us messages and calls, begging for forgiveness and another chance. But we had enough of her lies and manipulations. We blocked her number and deleted her from our lives. She also lost the support of her daughter, who kicked her out of her house. Veronica had no place to go, except for the house she bought with the money she stole from us. She realized she made a huge mistake and tried to cancel the purchase, but it was too late. The contract was signed and the money was gone. She had to move into a huge mansion by herself, in a remote area far from the city. She had no friends, no family, no love. She only had a massive debt that she could not afford to pay. She had to find a job after nearly 20 years of retirement. She was old and unskilled, and no one wanted to hire her. She finally realized the gravity of her mistakes, but there was no way to undo them. She faced a long and hard struggle to pay off her debts, with no hope of happiness or freedom. Who knows when she would be free again, or if she ever will?